Hello and welcome back to AJT Productions. Today we're going to be doing another gear review video, and today it's going to be all about our trusty tent, the Cayote III OEX tent. So we've been using this tent for about 2 years now, ever since the Camping with the Boys 7th episode, and it's been faultless ever since. So it is possible to set this tent up on your own, but generally it's better if you've got an extra pair of hands. So I'm going to call upon Alexander. Hang on. John was able to do this last time and it worked. Now, what the f? Oh. Usually that works.
What the f magic was that?
Well, John did it and I suddenly appeared out of nowhere. So I thought I'd try it, but obviously I need to do it with a bit more practice.
Could have given me some warning.
Right, I'm here now. What are we doing?
So today we're doing a gear review video for the channel, and we're going to review our tent, you know, the 3-man tent that we've got.
Yeah.
So we need to set that up and then just talk about it, really.
Right.
So this tent comes in 3 main parts. There's 2 bags. The other bag's over there. Do you want to go and get that?
Yes, sir.
In this bag, it's the inner tent and the poles, and obviously the pegs. There's our pegs here, and the poles, and then this is the inner tent. Now, that's the outer part. That's the first thing that you're going to need to set up. So what we'll do is we'll open up the poles and just talk about these first. These are made out of aluminium. So they're really strong, much better than the last tent that we had. It broke on the Peak District walk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we managed to live with it for a while until I took it up Lake District, and that kind of killed it off, really, the wind. That's basically the structure of my tent. So there's 3 poles. The middle pole is determined by the different colour in the middle, so it's silver in the middle, and then the other 2 are exactly the same, and they go at both other ends of the tent. We're going to speed up the next bit to show you how it all comes together. So now we've got the poles in place, all we need to do is start pegging it down. So you start by going all the way around it and pegging every single thing in place. As you're going along, you can make sure everything's tight, pulling it as necessary. And that's the pegging bit done. Now the next step, if you were in really strong winds, would be to use the guidelines to pin it down even more. But today we've got barely any wind at all, so we're not going to bother with that. But you would just unravel them and pull them tight and then peg them into the ground. The final step as well is to make sure you clip these things to the poles, and that just makes sure that everything is tightened together. And the next step is to then put the inner in the tent.
So you scooch in like this. Now, with this tent, we've got entrances on different ends. So I've located them. They're here. So, swap this around. This is the porch side. That goes all the way in there. Now, usually by this time on the video, Timothy's the one doing this, and I'm preparing everything else that goes inside later.
So what Alexander's doing now is he's just pinning down the corners of the inner tent to the outer tent. There are 6 in total.
Hang on.
One goes here, one goes there, one there, and then the same on the opposite side there, here, and here. Have you pinned it in the wrong place?
No.
You have pinned it in the wrong place, haven't you?
I've not done this before, Tim, but you have.
Well, do we need to swap places?
Melt.
Well, you're the melt. You're the one that's done it wrong.
So once you start having a base, you can clip these on, attach it to the outside part of the tent. If it would go in, thank you. And this separates us from the moisture that seeps in from the outside layer.
Not that much moisture does seep in, because this tent has a 5,000mm hydrostatic head, which basically means that 5,000mm of rainfall on one particular spot is what it would take to eventually seep through, which is a really high amount. So if you're going camping in quite difficult circumstances, it should hold out well.
You could climb Mount Everest with this thing.
So he's just attaching the front end of the sleeping section to the rest of the tent.
Now this is, in the description, a 3-man tent, but as we found out on the Mick walk, it's a bit tight.
What are you doing now, Alexander?
Just finishing the outside porch. Do you use a peg for these?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, right, okay. It's funny, most of the thing you see the most on these videos are arses.
And here's one now, entering the tent. As you can see, it's very spacious in here. So this porch area has actually had James sleeping in it once. Your eyes.
And me.
And you?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
sleep in here once?
I did. It got too warm.
Oh, well, it's very spacious. You can obviously put your backpacks. There's places for you to hang stuff. And then in here is the internal sleeping section, which, as you can see, is very spacious. And it's a 3-man tent. So I'll just demonstrate. 1, 2. But you could fit 4 or 5 people if
If you were cramped.
you had a few small people in the front section.
Yeah.
And obviously you can close this off like that. With, there's a dividing point here to stop the zips going past this point. But on the inside there is also a section which separates a mesh. So you can have it open, but it's still closed off to like mosquitoes and bugs and stuff like that. But it can aerate the tent. And then you've got your ventilation shafts here. So this is the finished product. The OEX Coyote 3-man tent. As I said, it has a 5,000mm hydrostatic head, waterproofing, 3-pole easy pitch design. The only downside I would say is that it's quite heavy. Now if you're on an expedition with multiple people, you can divide it in half and have 1 bag each, but if you're taking it on your own, which I have done a few times, it can be quite heavy. So pros and cons about this tent. Well, I like its space. It's really spacious. It's more spacious than our last 2-man tent we had, didn't it?
Yeah, you've got a lot of headroom. The porch is very handy, like especially if you've got if you've been out in the rain all day, you've got somewhere we can keep all your wet stuff to dry and separate it from you and your other things.
It's so much better than our other one, because the previous porch tent, the way it was designed, kept on leaking, didn't it? But the way it's set up here,
it's like another room.
Yeah. Obviously the pitch design is really easy to put up. The other one was a bit more complicated, and it definitely needed 2 people to set it up, didn't it?
Yeah, I can remember doing
the Peak District setup for the first night. That took a while.
Yeah. The fact that it's aluminium poles instead of, I don't know, some sort of plastic or fiberglass or
It's a lot sturdier.
yeah, which means it won't split. Obviously, you've got to be careful so that they don't bend, but it just means they're a lot stronger, and so it could withstand strong winds. It's a much better material for waterproofing as well.
It's extremely waterproof.
Extremely waterproof. And yeah, I'd say the only disadvantage is the fact that it is quite heavy. 4.3 kilograms in weight. If I'm traveling on my own, which I have done a couple of times with it, it is a bit annoying having to look for a patch which is that big. But otherwise, I can't really fault this tent. So
That was a good find.
it was a good find. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and peace.